Alright, so a lot of people don't really know what I like to do for fun. So this is definitely one of my favorite hobbies, which is not unique, so to say. I'll turn this camera around and I'll show you what I'm doing. Right now I'm in Oakland, Maine, and as you can see here, I'm along this small creek bed, and I'm currently looking for old shit. A couple bottles I've found so far. Honestly, those are very, very common in this area. Just clear, jarring, you know, used to fucking do probably 1940s or 50s. Not super old. Found this pickaxe head. It's pretty solid. As you can see, there's, let me go over here a little ways. Oh, yeah. As you can see, there's broken glass just about everywhere. Make sure I got my volumes up. Yep, good. You know, and all down in the stream in the water, there's broken glass everywhere. There's an old fucking shoe right there. I don't know if you can see that. Another bottle I found right there. That's a complete. That green one right there. That actually has. Oh fuck. Joys of being in the woods. It's hard to see because it's so covered in gunk right now, but hold that up to the light. You can tell that has a really, really nice coloration to it. I'll have to get that cleaned up at some point. But yeah, as you can see, there's just an absolute abundance of broken glass all over the place. There's actually some old metal fucking right in here. Looks like an old piece of pipe. I'm not sure what this round spring is, but some more broken glass down in there. And I mean, it's literally just, the stuff is, the history is just boiling out of the ground. Just to show you, I'm gonna go to a different spot, right upstream a little bit. Oh, I gotta rotate the device back. Alright, so I just went, like, literally, you know, that stuff's right there. So I just went right here, and as you can see, hopefully, there's several rocks in the water right there. And then right there, that's much more of a circular, man-made looking object. So I'm gonna try and, oh, that's in there good. So I'm gonna move this shit around a little bit. Oh, well, that actually is fucking, is that metal? That's metal. Let's get that out of the way. Let's see what this fucking thing is. Wow, that's big. I'm gonna let that clear a little bit. The water is still extremely cold. We're still in April in Maine, so can't really expect much different, but I've been cooped up all winter. You know what I think that fucking is? That is a fucking wagon wheel. That is a wagon wheel. Look, you can see this right here is all metal. That's all metal. This right here is a spoke. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's clouding it up again. There is a fucking wagon wheel. And I mean, we're talking, this thing's been here for a while, because if you look at the size of this rock right here, I mean, that's easily a 500-pound rock that has been moved on top of this wagon wheel of some sort. I mean, that's like literally, you know, that's 1800 stuff. Like, that is extremely, extremely, extremely old. There, you can see the spoke better now. And then there's another spoke over here, and you can see the round curve right there on the top of the wheel. I was trying to pry this out of the way to get at the circular thing earlier, but that actually is a spoke that's already broken and bent. That's actually pretty phenomenal. And as you can tell, that right there, my phone is blowing up right at the moment, but as you can tell, that right there, it's still clear, not very clear, but that's actually the center of the wagon wheel, which is why I could not pull on it. Yeah, look, it's clearing up now. You can actually see. Bend that back. No, I can't even get it out of the way, but yeah, look right there. That is a freaking wagon wheel. That is awesome. One of the, it's fun. I went literally just tried to show you guys how abundant the history of this area is. And I went from showing you bottles from the 1950s that I had already found to a wagon wheel that very easily could date well over 100 years old. I'm going to back up a little bit right here and try and show it to you guys in its natural habitat, so to speak. But yeah, there it is right there, you know. Like I said, that's a large rock right there. And then this rock right here also is large, and that looks like it's also on top of it. So, yeah, that's pretty phenomenal. And right next to it, there's several other small shards of glass, but one thing that caught my eye is this right here. I'll hold it up in light. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It almost looks like it possibly could have been like for a drawer in a kitchen. Drawer, however you pronounce that. But it looks like it could have possibly attached to a kitchen drawer or cabinet and been used as a pull tab. But it's broken, so nothing I'm going to be interested in. Oh, that right there is actually pretty cool. It's not anything that's man-made, but if you look right here, I just found a really nice piece of quartz crystal, and no actual protruding crystals off of it like most people would actually think of a crystal, but you can actually tell, if I can get this to focus, that this rock is very crystallized on the side of it here. It just doesn't have any traditional crystals, so to say, protruding. But that right there is one of Maine's beauties, natural beauties. Nice chunk of white quartz right there. I'm just gonna let that go. Honestly, that's not nearly as rare as in this area as anyone imagined. If anyone's interested in getting some white quartz, I would definitely be willing to round some up for you, and I'd be willing to send it to you and whatnot. Message me if you're interested in doing that. Also, if anyone's interested in purchasing any of the things I might find in this video or any other video in the future, please let me know, because I do this for a hobby, but I'm not super well off either, so anything helps. I actually just pulled this. This is a very phenomenal find. I'm gonna try and rinse this out. I just found a very, very cool little green bottle, and let's see here. Trying to clean it up real quick, that way we can get a good color of it. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna put this up in the sunlight so you guys can see this. I just pulled this little bottle right here. Pulled that little guy. Still really dirty, obviously, but it's not broken. No chips. A couple of markings on the bottom. That's definitely going to be a keeper for me. Mostly because of the size and coloration. I really like the greens. Oh, my backpack's still down the river. Oh, it's alright. I'll set it right there on top of that moss. That way it won't get broken. Nice and safe. Let me see what's going on over this way. I'm gonna turn the phone back around. Let's see if I can find anything else in this hole. And one thing that I definitely plan on trying to make sure I do this summer is I want to come back to this spot with my metal detector. And a lot of people have told me to not waste my time, whatnot, just because there's so much metal and stuff in this area, but I've actually gotten pretty good at using a metal detector, and I think if I can discriminate, I might be able to find something, maybe, maybe even possibly coins, because this is a very historic area. I'm actually gonna go up here real quick. I'm gonna backtrack from where I was, where I started and walked in on, and as I'm walking towards the trail over here, sorry guys, I'm not walking on marked trail, that's for sure, but as I was walking this way just now, I just caught a glimpse of this blue right here. And out of my favorite jars, I'm gonna have to say, oh, that's giving me a little bit of a pull too, which is usually a good sign of a pretty decent bottle. If it's not completely full, it looks like the lip is actually intact. Let's see, I'm gonna try and clear this out a little more. Yeah, I don't think it's fully intact. It's coming a little bit too easy. Oh my goodness. That is intact, and that is fucking gorgeous. I'm sorry for the language, but wow. This is phenomenal. You don't find them. Oh, I hope this isn't cracked anywhere. Oh boy, glasses are stuck on a tree. Give me 1 second, guys, please. Alright. I'm gonna flip the phone around one more time. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to get a GoPro for this. But yeah, look at that. Nice small little bottle. Working on cleaning that. So you can see it's packed right full of mud. I'm gonna try and get some of that out so I can try and see what's going on. I'm just using the stream, you know, as a kind of a form of natural way to erode the dirt out of the bottle. Mostly because I don't, honestly, even with my finger, I don't really like to. Look at that, there's a worm. There's literally a worm in the bottle. That's insane. But if you use too much force, you know, with these old bottles, sometimes they definitely will crack. And I definitely don't want that, especially with this one where it's the cobalt blue. I'll tell you, that's definitely, I don't even want to keep calling it the cobalt because it might not technically be cobalt, but that dark blue. It's one of my favorite colors to find, and it is actually one of the more rare colors to find as well. I think it was probably a lot more expensive to manufacture. More high-end stuff came with it. I mean, so to say, you know, high-end products were in the blue cobalt. That also is not proven fact, so that's just my assumption on the history behind it. And I'm actually gonna set my phone down for a minute. Try and find a spot anyways. Set it right on the bank here. Clear out a little bit. There we go. Maybe that'll stay. Alright. Alright. Just gonna get cleaning this out again because couldn't really do it one-handed. It's really phenomenal find. I'm going to get this nice and cleaned out for you guys, and then I'm going to fill it right up with water, and I'll hold it up to the sun for you. You can actually see exactly why I'm so excited on this one. This is really nice. feel like I hear people over to the other side of me. I might have to go check on that. My girlfriend's trying to get a hold of me. But not, so. Right. Now you see this jar right here. Push my glasses up real quick. This right here. Look at the coloration in this jar. You see how clean that just came? Just with stream water. Let me turn this camera around again. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go now. And by the way, that bottle says Noxema on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty cool. Alright, I'll have another episode coming out soon, guys. Thanks again.